Every day, something dramatic happens in the Caribbean that affects our lives. We'll give you the details. We'll give you the facts on Caribbean Perspective with Eddie Frederick. Here's Eddie Frederick.
Welcome to Caribbean Perspective. So glad you can join us. The story that takes the lead in today's edition for Friday, 16th February 2024, and brought to you in association with our friends at Antillean Group, Men Granted Right to Seek Matrimonial Benefits, Guyana's Chief Justice rules. Details after this important message.
Believe in our strength, we'll stand by you. Protection from all, perils big and small. Reassurance we give, it's so glad to see. Peace of mind, that's our service guarantee. We look after all our family. Yes, we do at every opportunity.
Antillean Group, underwriters of all classes of insurance solutions for your protection and investment. Live well financially.
Welcome back. In a landmark ruling on Monday, Acting Chief Justice Roxanne George decreed that men can now apply for matrimonial benefits in the event of a divorce. Carice Gonzalez of HGP Nightly News out of Guyana provides additional details on this significant legal decision in her report.
Acting Chief Justice Roxanne George on Monday ruled that men can now seek matrimonial benefits upon the dissolution of their marriage, stating that their constitutional rights were violated by the Matrimonial Causes Act, which previously only allowed for women to receive maintenance from their former spouses. The case centered around a man seeking matrimonial benefits in his pending divorce, but encountering a barrier in Section 14 of the Matrimonial Causes Act, Chapter 4502, which prevented him from doing so. Through his lawyer, Tamara M. Evelyn Khan, the man challenged Section 14, arguing that it infringed upon his constitutional rights, particularly under Article 149 of the Constitution of Guyana, by exclusively requiring men to provide financial support to their former wives, without similar provision for former husbands. Evelyn Khan contended that Section 14 unjustly violated the guarantees outlined in Section 149 of the Constitution, and that the applicant being male should not be a basis for denying him the opportunity to seek alimony or maintenance. The lawyer sought a declaration that Section 14 is invalid and should be amended to permit her client and other men in similar situations to apply for maintenance. Solicitor General Nigel Hawke represented the Attorney General's chambers in the case. For the HGP Nightly News, I am Carice Gonzalez.
Bahamian Prime Minister makes a plea for cooperation on crime as he addressed church leaders. Details in this ZNS News item.
If I ever needed you before, I sure don't need you now.
Prime Minister the Honorable Philip Davis on Monday making an appeal to the religious community to join the fight against crime as he underscores the reality. Crime is everyone's problem.
It is the responsibility of the government to ensure the safety of our people. We need those to have the cooperation of our people to do so. We can't do it alone.
Of the 25 homicides this year, 85% were men, trailing behind the police's latest figures from 2022, which reveal out of 128 murders, 92% were men, a group Prime Minister Davis believes the entire community must target to save.
The initiative has been lost among some of our young men. They feel lost, and they feel that a lot of people don't care. I want to engage in my partnership to do that, to see how we can turn this tide.
Echoing police, he admonished parents and the church alike to do their part in ensuring swift justice.
If you see something, say something. When you're saying it, don't look at yourself as a snitcher. Look at yourself maybe as a protector. As parents, guardians, we have the duty to protect our children. I too call upon you to think about that, and let's pass that message on.
For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Devontae Hanna.
Hello, everyone. I'm Fern Carey. Thank you for watching our YouTube page. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for all things ZNS.
In the meantime, the Attorney General, Senator Ryan Pinder, speaks to new measures for the judiciary in the Bahamas to speed up trials while making contribution to the Senate. Fern Kerry of ZNS News tells us more.
The government taking steps to remedy long-standing inefficiencies in the justice system relating to criminal prosecutions. Attorney General Senator the Honorable Ryan Pinder is pinning his hopes on an electronic case management system being implemented that is expected to significantly reduce the time criminal cases are managed and brought to trial. He notes that once this is achieved, it should have the trickle-down effect of reducing the number of accused persons being released on bail due to delay. The Attorney General's comments came during Senate proceedings on Monday.
You can cut days and weeks out of the process of just preparing. The entire prosecution and trial happens quicker. And if the entire trial happens quicker, there is less justifiable basis for the grant of bail by the judiciary.
An aggressive recruitment exercise is taking place this week in order to reduce the strain and enormous pressure currently being experienced by prosecutors grappling with an ever-expanding backlog of cases.
We anticipate releasing our solicitation and advertisement by the end of this week. And we will circulate it not only within the Bahamas, but we will circulate it regionally. Last time we advertised solely within the Bahamas, we received some qualified candidates, but we didn't receive enough of them.
Administrative efforts are also being strengthened to ensure that all relevant agencies are working together to ensure efficiency and expediency in the justice system.
We have instituted routine meetings between the Chief Justice, the Commissioner of Police, and the Director of Public Prosecutions to ensure that the administrative requirements and logistical flows for criminal prosecutions are coordinated and areas requiring extra attention are identified. Just last week, Madam President, the judiciary launched their e-filing platform for cases.
These reform measures are expected to have an ongoing positive impact on the judiciary in the months and years ahead. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Fern Carey.
You're listening to Caribbean Perspective with Eddie Frederick.
In association with our friends at
Antillian Group, underwriters of all classes of insurance solutions for your protection and investment. Live well financially.
Antigua's Prime Minister Gaston Brown will join colleague CARICOM heads of government for their 46th regular conference in Guyana next week. ABS's Ursula Charles Jr. reports.
Prime Minister the Honorable Gaston Brown is getting ready to join fellow CARICOM heads for their 46th regular conference. Political leaders of the countries in the 15-member Caribbean Community Bloc will gather in Georgetown, Guyana from February 25 through 28. This meeting will have a major significance as work continues to meet the March 30, 2024 deadline set by CARICOM leaders for the free movement of people across the region. CARICOM Secretary General Dr. Carla Barnett has outlined a robust agenda for the heads of government meeting.
CARICOM heads of government will focus on issues critical to deepening our regional integration and advancing the community's interests in the global arena. Headlining the agenda of items for deliberation and decision are the CARICOM Single Market and Economy, our work towards free movement of all community nationals, climate change and climate financing.
Other major discussion points, she says, will include crime, security, and sports.
Crime and security, energy, food and nutrition security, preparations for ICC Men's T20 Cricket World Cup, and current and emerging global and hemispheric issues, especially the situation in Haiti.
Current chair of CARICOM is Dr. Irfan Ali, president of the Cooperative Republic of Guyana. For ABS News, I am Ursula Charles Jr.
According to the latest findings from the CVM Blue Dot polls, the gap between the two major political parties in Jamaica in terms of voter sentiment is narrowing. Here are more insights from CVM's Andrew Laidley.
2 weeks ahead of the local government election, and the People's National Party has gained 3% on the JLP in terms of Jamaicans who decided how they will vote. It means the portion of respondents who said they would vote for a PNP candidate has increased to 28%, closer to the JLP's 31%. According to the CVM Blue Dot poll, the PMP was able to make inroads on undecided voters, which were mostly females and young adults. This despite the poll highlighting that undecided female and young adults were more likely to vote for the Jamaica Labour Party. With that said, the poll is showing that the PMP is not yet in the clear. In fact, younger Jamaicans are 8% more likely to vote JLP, while PMP candidates are more likely to secure votes of older Jamaicans, beating the JLP by as much as 14% in that category. In terms of the parish-level breakdown, respondents in Kingston and St. Andrew, Manchester, St. Mary and Trelawney indicated they are more likely to vote PMP. However, the PMP is ahead in 9 parishes, most notably in St. Elizabeth, St. Thomas, and a double-digit margin in St. Anne. Of note are the number of respondents who said they were undecided or would rather not vote. These undecided voters accounted for a majority of the responses received in the poll, indicating there's more work to be done by either party in order to shore up votes across the parishes. To put things into perspective, the data highlights that the political landscape continues to change as both major political parties ramp up efforts to connect with voters on a more personal level. One aspect of this shift is the party's efforts to engage directly with citizens through community-based initiatives, town hall meetings, and grassroots campaigns. By taking a more personal approach, political leaders and representatives hope to understand the specific concerns and aspirations of individual voters rather than relying solely on traditional party rhetoric.
St. Kitts and Nevis's Prime Minister Dr. Terence Drew confirmed at a cabinet press conference that Afrexim Bank's involvement in the Caribbean is still in progress. Glenn Bart of SKN Newsline filed this report.
The government of St. Kitts and Nevis had expressed interest in having the bank fund a major developmental fisheries project and was among the early signatories to the Memorandum of Understanding with the bank. On 13 February, Prime Minister Dr. Drew told the media that the process is moving forward.
So with respect to the Afrexim Bank, I had an update this morning. As you know, it's the Evergreen Company. They came into St. Kitts, and Afrexim Bank, of course, had to first move to the region. So they're now established in Barbados. We went ahead and we passed the relevant legislation in Parliament so that they can do business. Other thing is that those who were in the project, had announced the project, they would have returned and met with members from the agricultural sector, and they looked at lands and so forth. And so now they are finalizing their proposal to the government, and I'm expecting that proposal within the next week or two. So they're on the final stages of making the final proposal to the government in terms of scale, in terms of their business setup, and so forth. So I'll have news for you, Mr. Bat, by the next press conference in a month's time. They would have completed their project and to the government, and therefore we should see some movement on that.
It is believed that the Afrexim Bank could bring additional boosts for developmental projects in the Eastern Caribbean. Glenn Bard reporting for SKN Newsline.
Hi, I'm Eddie Frederick, wishing you a restful weekend. This has been Caribbean Perspective, a whole new approach to highlighting developments in the Caribbean.
In the meantime, please follow us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube channel for daily regional news and more, in association with our friends at Antillian Group.
Believe in our strength, we'll stand by you. Protection from all perils, big and small. Reassurance we give, it's so glad to see. Peace of mind, that's our service guarantee. We look after all our family. Yes, we do at every opportunity.
Antillian Group, underwriters of all classes of insurance solutions for your protection and investment. Live well financially.